Where else would you start? Things that don't matter, right? I studied architecture, and in the course of time, we discovered that we don't went to school just with a few certain urge to please the society, right? I've been to school. And as time progresses, I discovered that's not what my calling is. I discovered I'm passionate about creating value. So, if I said that for later, I'm a happily married man. I have wonderful kids. One of them is interesting. He's a victim. That's he's here once. He spent about 3 months here. He told me when we came here once. He told me he want to come here study on his own. So also every quarter I come here one a week, and from time to time I also come here too. I run a few couple of enterprises. When he says serial, standing ovation, I was really humbled. I'm not sure if I deserve that, right? You need to see us when we are hands-on. It's possible. It's no joke, right? So I thought we are still work in progress. We are hustling just like you, every other person. I just shared it with my friend here, Mr. Manasseh. I'd like to thank him for being here too, Manasseh, that he is a good friend of mine. We share common spirit in the creation of value. Each time he and I meet, what we discuss about is what is the gap in society, what business, what's the opportunity, what can we do to create value, and that always, I travel to him, and I believe that's likewise for you. When you have a meal here, you make out time to spend with me as well. And funny enough, he said you want to learn from me. I said, no, you are kidding me. I want to learn. I'm a serious student. And we continue to learn. It's an unending school. I don't know if I've said enough about me. These are stories I try to. By the way, I'm also an alumni of Lagos Business School. Why I've mentioned that to let you know what you're doing is right. You're doing the right thing. Seek knowledge. That's where engagement in your anywhere. The interaction with people. Others prefer other people. Whatever it is you can do, find knowledge. A couple of society are also a member of RSD, I'm a member of CILT. Just I mentioned the ones that are relevant because as you move on in life, you start but to continue that journey. It's tough. I don't want to discourage you. So prepare your mind. But it's always going to be possible. I don't know. I'm not saying too much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simon. I'm sure a lot of us don't know that he's an architect. He read architecture. And today, he's into transport, he's into banking, he's into oil and gas. I personally feel that this is the next Dangote in Nigeria. So, sir, tell us, how did it all begin? The entrepreneurial journey. Where did you start from? And how did you go into creating different businesses over time and succeeding in all of them?
Yes, when you say success is fleeting, right? Somebody says money will be the measure of success for others, while fulfillment is also a measure of success for others. So it depends on which group you belong to. It started this way. When I left school, of course, from school, my mindset was get a job by whatever means. So we're searching for a job. And in the course of time, I came across a man called Chijongo. His name is Botano. I never knew LNG existed. We don't financial bankers. When I met him, he told me from Bonny Island. I said, wow, Bonny Island. Actually, how I met him also was I was passing by the building was constructed. And I observed he hasn't any expert yet to provide it. And for those of you who have idea about construction, there's what is called cantilever. caregiver is a part of people that is suspended off the support. And I observe naturally such support will have to be properly reinforced. There are some reinforcement pattern designs that will hold it, otherwise it will fail immediately support is removed. So I observe that if that support then was removed, it will fail. I mean, with my little knowledge. So I stopped over. I said, it has no, I have no business there. It's not my business, right? To not just pass by. So I asked him, I told him that, look, this is what will happen. And this is my business. So he saw it. He now listened to me. He now called another supposedly expert, right? And the expert told him the same thing. Then I was very young. That was my first job, right? So I earned some money and I was excited. So the journey began with him. I also got a job with FCDA as a site supervisor at the place called Bluewhales Nig. But I didn't find satisfaction. It's a daily routine. Go in the morning, close in the evening. It's okay. Others, that's their calling. But mine, I was restless. And I realized I can't do that. Because I just report, sit down, cross my leg in the evening, I cross. I wasn't adding value there, so I made up my mind, look, this is not for me. And there and then that man asked me if I wish to go to Port Harcourt. So why not? Port Harcourt, I've heard of it, seen it on the telly, right? That was it. I agreed. We went there, he got a job, the issue of local content then became an issue, so I went there. To cut the story short, that's where my journey started, really. Because when I got there, I saw challenges. I was given the opportunity to express what I learned at school. Then, began to look at the opportunities that existed around my primary duty. And it occurred to me that, look, the essence of living is about creation of value. You don't just go there, report for duty, and close, and you are satisfied. I guarantee you are sowing the seed of destruction because it's okay. The man pays you. That's all right. But deep down, I can tell you, when the day is gone, you will have deprived yourself the opportunity, the privilege to learn. And that's where the value creation starts. You learn, you create value. You add to the system where you exist, where you do business, where you earn a living. As time went on, my mother had a dream. My regards to her, she's no longer alive. She's also at the center for her, took it to her. She loved it. So I shuttled between Port Harcourt every weekend, sometime twice a week, to supervise the project. When the project was over, the question was asked, who will manage it? I now I was looking for people. Then one of my friends reminded me that, supposing I manage it, what will happen? I said, no, I can't leave my field. So eventually, I ended up joining her to manage it. And as the business began, I began to see opportunities around that business. I started with tanker truck. She told me once, she saw on an advert, we buy diesel 10, 60 naira per liter or thereabout. And she saw on an advert around 30 something naira. She said, can you not buy this from Lagos, from Xenon Oil, now 4 oil, it moved to AP, then now 4 oil, 4 oil. Yeah. So and she told me, I said, Lagos, I don't know about Lagos, I only transit through Lagos, right? So she now told me, let me try. So I now asked a couple of friends around who do similar business, what does it cost to move product from Lagos? I just opposed that because of the unit price. I realized it was about 5 naira or thereabout. So 5 plus 30 something. Worst case scenario 40. So those guys are making money. I said, wow, 30 naira difference of 40. Let's be generous, right? Conservative sort of 20 naira. I don't mind risking the risk, right? So I took up the challenge. She borrowed me money, went to Lagos. Interestingly, when I got there, I found Mr. Mike. Mike is the depot supervisor who happens to be a classmate of mine. Interesting. So I now met him. He said, oh, you are here? I said, yes. Are you doing this now? I said, that's it. I'm here now. My first trip. I said, okay. When next you are buying, I'm going to sort it out for you. Sit in Abuja, I'll do everything. Just send me the money. And afterward, that's what happened. But the first trip, I joined the truck from Lagos to Abuja. We spent 3 days. Before we arrived, the price changed. Negative. We lost 6 naira per liter. I gave up. I said, no, I can't eat this again. But I've lost 6 naira, so I have to recover it. So I said, okay, I'm going to do the next one so that I will recover the money. The next one, I didn't go, but the truck also spoiled on the road. Broke down, and interestingly, before the truck arrived, the price also shut up. So I said, oh, now I'm learning, right? So, and that's how it started. So we build over time, we build a business around that, trucking, and as time went on, we began to understand that we go down, we suffer loss, to suffer, gain, make gains. So when we make gain, we make plans. When we suffer loss, we provide. And we develop that. Eventually, something happened in 2007 that changed my entire perspective about business. My mother, our last born, and her driver died in a car accident on the same day at the same spot. My younger sister, one of the ones that survived, she's with me, she's working in Bluewhales too. And it changed my perspective. I went there, sat down, and looked at the environment. She had suffered, built an enterprise from literally nothing. By the way, we are Barra boys, grew up as Barra boys. My father was a military man, so you understand when I say for those of you. So he was on the move, so we spent a better time of our life, young age, with our mother. So when that happened, it changed my perspective about the entire concept of business. There's now deeper understanding. I now began to look at things deeper, that what you do, you make money, fantastic, but beyond money, what do you do? Then the concept came, do good. When you do business, do good. When you do good, do business. You don't throw oneness. You pack your things to the village. I believe some of you connect. When you do good, do business. When you do business, you lose people. People are the business. They are the center of your business. They exist because they are there. So, by the way, I'd like to say thank you to our customers, Bluewhales, both in the microfinance franchise and transport franchise. They've been incredible. We are always internally grateful to them because they've remained with us, and we're internally grateful to them because what they've done, they're terrific, they are wonderful. So we need to put those one-on-one, and that's what we did. And now we began to understand. About that same time, that's when I went to Lagos Business School. Why I went to Lagos Business School? My mother never went to school. I went to school, and I was stuck. I could not make progress. There was nothing. I was trying to, how do I move from this step to the next step? How do I break that ceiling? I could not, because I never did business. I was just moving by intuition. I was driving with instinct. Maybe I should say this. Your passion, your instinct will drive you only this far. Now, what will take you to the next step is your desire, your readiness, your openness to new things, your openness to learn. That's what will move you off to your prime, I mean to your top, to the top, the proverbial, top. So that's about the same time I realized that I needed to go to school. I can't go back to university to study business, right? I started a family then, so I can't. So I began to search. I searched Harvard. When I had the money, I had $38,000. I now brought it to Naira. That was about the whole thing I had, right? The whole business put together. In fact, I would need money to add to it. I couldn't go. That's how we did. Check all kinds of schools, London Business School, Columbia, I check all of them. I check all of them. And now a friend of mine said, there's Lagos Business School. Initially, I was thinking it's just some group of people. So when I logged in, I said, wow. And I looked for program, and I called somebody, told him, this is my dilemma. this is where I am now, and I desire to go further. What kind of program did you present for me? They now presented about at the startup stage, MBA, OMP, SAP, then another one, I can't recall the name. So I now weigh the options, and I realize, and now based on advice, OMP will fit me. Because AMP has the opportunity, my next stage now is called C, and you must present your scorecard. Now they don't give you free knowledge. When I go back to Lagos Business School, I present my scorecard. This is where I was, and this is where I am now. In between, this is what has happened since leaving business school. They give me all the support I needed. As a matter of fact, there's a project called Capstone Project. It's a great project for the MBA students. They did it on the microfinance bank. It's a capstone project. It's a project for the student. They interrogate the whole concept, interrogate their business plan, interrogate what you want to do. And so they did that for the microfinance bank. So eventually, after leaving Lagos Business School, I began to understand it's not just about money. Money is good. Beyond money, what else? The biggest mistake to do is to begin to want to be a startup and start running after money. There's this say, we are aware of it, right? Take it serious. No pain, no gain. It's so profound. No pain, no gain. I try to put them in a coordinated format as much as I can, but I'll try to also slow down when you can help me slow down. So eventually I left there, and the whole concept began to understand that at the heart of whatever business you do, value should be the ultimate objective. Because what I do, if nobody buys your product, meeting our customers one-on-one to tell them we appreciate them and we always cherish their comments, their reservations, and their complaints. Now, about technology deployment, NHOP is one of the guys to discuss with, because you need to, when you want to do something, you don't do it because everybody is doing it. You want to add value. What do you want to achieve? Let me just give you just a little problem we encountered. We are working towards. When we open the website, we say you can log in and buy a ticket. And you bought a ticket for 9 and you walk into a park. And there are a couple of persons seated and the boss is there. And you tell everybody, I bought a ticket, 2. Right. And the man is seated there for maybe 2 hours earlier than you. And the boss arrives and you want to walk in and leave him. I don't know how that will work out. It will be an issue. The problem you wanted to solve now becomes a problem itself. Bigger one, because you have 50 satisfied customers now. You are unable to, so you now have 2 hurdles to overcome. To overcome the problem you wanted to solve first before you begin to look for a customer. So yes, it's tough. We are working on it. One of the things we've worked on is we are working on investment, like I told you, bringing a couple of people, forming a board, bringing investment that will give us a leverage to have bosses that can meet the needs of our customers. We are not saying we are not up to the task, but there's nothing that is easy. Anyway, everything is challenging. And every opportunity I have, I apologize to them for the delay. So, yes, we are working. NHOP, we spoke with Dave. Dave is working. In fact, as a matter of fact, after my is around, I'm going to ambush him and ask him what's happening. And I've also talked with 1 or 2 people. We've also spoken with 1 or 2 institutions that are willing to support our system. But we want to know the thing that will solve our problem, not create more. Somebody says start first. I said it's easy to say, but if you start first, you create more chaos. So that's one of the things that is holding us back. But we're working on it. I guarantee you in the coming months too, part of the package that will go with our reward system is part of it too. We'll put it together to solve some of the issues and reward our customers. And I'd like to also say thank you again and again. I can never say that enough. Thanks.
Thank you very much, sir. I think I like that idea. It's not really about doing things because every other person is doing it, but you should be clear
about what you want to solve, the problem you want to solve. So if integrating technology, according to him, is going to create more problems, it's better not to do it for now. I would have also asked such questions because personally I searched for you all over the internet. I could only find you on LinkedIn, or Twitter, Facebook. We don't find you, we don't find Bluewhales, and thank you for asking that question. I think it's been settled now. Let's take the guy at the back, then we'll come to you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Okwe. First of all, I want to appreciate the CEO of Bluewhales. I've been longing to see you. I think this opportunity has presented itself for me. Before that, I discovered Bluewhales, I decided to carry out some kind of research. These people go to Abuja and charge for 1,000 naira. Other people 2,000. Manage. Not until I discovered that you know the microfinance bank. But still trying to understand how that model can work. How you making your profits and are still on the business. Considering the fact that the transport business is highly very risky. That sometimes the driver need to do some kind of packing. But still. So I now moved forward to look at the concept of microfinance. If you are with me, this concept of microfinance is actually meant for like a social business for poor. That's from the founder of microfinance bank, the Yunus in South. I don't even know what his country. So now, sir, my question is this: you've been operating in just for a long time, and it's why that just only and we have competitors, a lot of people want to come up and compete with you. You mentioned partnership. What are you doing to extend to? I come from Southwest. I know people hear this kind of this idea. So you jump at it. I tell you, you jump at it and something I used to go to God is good. If I want to buy tickets for them online, I can do that. But I want to tell you, it's among the odds. I don't want to go through that. Sir, this is a challenge. And I know you have a big concept for your idea. What are you doing so that you don't take this long? Say the next 5 or 10 years, where are you going? Are you coming down to the west? Or what are you doing around that area? So that's, I know Bluewhales is like it's not becoming a household name. Yes, sir. So that's my question.
Thank you very much. I'd like to say this again. I hope you guys are not getting bored. Yeah. Thank you again. I can never say this enough. It's always thank you for bearing with us. I think we do not deserve this accolades, this. And I told them, look guys, let's cut the cheese down the middle. I am the boss. If you believe you have a better option, has this affected your pay? They said no. Then why are you worried? This is the rules. We don't change because it's evening when customers stop. We don't change by afternoon and we will not change by morning. A customer today is a customer tomorrow. It's a customer next tomorrow. 1 month, 3 years, sometimes 5 years, like this guy just said. So one of the biggest thing we did was to say we won't change because the season is bad for customers. No. We will rather be efficient. Because you try to shift your inefficiency to customer. You claim there's burden there, but yes, there's burden. But when you do a little retrospective thinking, when you do a little inner thinking, are you sure you are not going to find some form of middle ground to bear some burden and be efficient to deliver on the services you promise the customer? So one of the things we did was to be efficient inside. We call it J. Abraham
is a speaker, is a thought speaker, a strategist. He put it this way: there's a theory called the strategy of preeminence. I'm a serious student, I told you. I do lots of following. So, in diagram, he speaks about the theory of preeminence. What is it about? It's about, don't wait for problem to come to you. Go to the problem. Now, if you go to the problem, two things will happen to you. One, you have charge. You are in control. Two, you are likely to take the problem off guard. So the chances are high that you can fix it. But if you allow a problem to come to you, you are unprepared. The same philosophy, the same principle that makes you overcome the problem, the same thing that will do it on the reverse case. You don't wait for problem to come to you. You go to the problem. When you go to it, interrogate it, solve it, the chances are high that you spend less. That's what we do. We do what we call schedule maintenance. Although we are not perfect, but we are moving towards that. In other words, we have parts that wear off, we have parts that are unpredictable, so we go to them, solve them there, take them off guard, so they don't get to spoil on roads. Although we have 1 or 2 stoppages, but sometimes, you know, you are human, you can't get it right. But if you look at the number of trips we make and the number of stoppages, it's less than 1%. So one of our objectives is to deploy that strategy of preeminence, go to the problem and solve the problem before it comes to you. So if you do that, you cut down the price. No. If the vehicle spoil on the road, many things happen. You send a mechanic at a cost at premium, you send the repair parts, the guy will tell you anything, you want to do it quickly, so you pay anything. But if you are around it, you are there. Permit me to speak as a Macau, you are in charge, it's in your hands, you take charge of it. So those things help us cut down our cost. You know, I mean, nothing to hide, right? These days, information are everywhere. If I don't tell you, somebody else will. So we do that. We pray. We go to the problem, solve it. Then we draw down our cost. Then, at the peak of fuel scarcity, microfinance bank has nothing to do with the transport. They are independent businesses. They operate with their different groups. They're different. They don't help each other. Microfinance bank will not carry money and give transport. Transport will not carry money and give microfinance bank. They all operate. If microfinance bank is looking for customer, they have to walk to Bluewhales, meet them, market them, tell them what condition they are giving, and market transport will weigh it. Is it the best price? They buy. So likewise, so they don't get subsidy anywhere. They operate on their own. So what we did was to minimize repairs, fix it. Then I missed a question to answer. How do I handle drivers? They are like everybody. You have good, you have dysfunctional drivers, you have functional drivers. What we do is this. One of the basic things we do, pay man is worthy of his pay. Pay him. Man is worthy of his pay. Pay him as at when due. When you don't pay him, that recipe for disaster. Pay him what you agree. If it's 1 naira, pay him 1 naira. If he does something wrong, sanction him. If he needs to be fired, fire him. Don't mix them, they don't mix together. When a month set, pay him. Then whatever he promised incentive, give it to him. So we do that. We are very religious to that. We pay them their dues. If any driver that is not paid, he has questions to answer, and we have questions to answer, you must answer it. No, you can't go, you must answer it. If you like, go call Reverend, right? You go answer them. And if it requires sanction, we sanction you. We don't, if you, as a matter of fact, there's a rule we are trying to put. If you beg, times 2. I don't know how that will work, right? Maybe from here I'll get the idea. Some of you, maybe that's an assignment, you can design some software for us to work that out. Yes, so those are some of the things we do. We try not to shift the problem to customers. We bear part of the problem. When it's good, we take the benefit. When it's tough, we bear it. We become very strict. We suffer some losses in December. It's not that it's smooth, but why should you, what right have you to shift the discomfort of caused by others to a customer? That's nothing to do with it. He's loyal to you, he comes to you. And we're always grateful to customers because they reward us. When people are crying for customers, we don't. All year round, right? All year round, they come. They don't forget. And we're always grateful, and I wish there's a pill I'll give them not to forget.
Thank you very much, sir. I hope we are getting inspired, and I hope we are getting educated, because that's the whole essence of this forum. Okay? For us to learn what it takes to succeed as an entrepreneur. So we are gradually getting to the end of this session. We'll take 2 more questions, just 2 more questions, and then we'll round up. So let's have our first lady. Let's have our first lady.
First of all, I want to say it's nice meeting you personally. I started using Bluewhales. I started using Bluewhales when I was 100 level. That's 2011, 2012. And then there was a ticket for and there is a ticket used to give. There are numbers on the ticket that you can make complaints. But I think on the way they stop using tickets, they only fill the book. I think it would be better to bring that book because there are lots of people that complain in the car. Old people, young people complain about drivers being rude to them, or even if a child wants to pee, some of the drivers might refuse to stop. And then, secondly, I think it would be better to have 2 parts in Abuja, one at Nyanya and one inside town, around area 1, because I have a lot of family members that would love to use Bluewhales, but because the park is far to Nyanya, they say they can't reach it. It's better they go to Jabi and follow to Jos. So I think.
Yeah, that's an advice. Thank you very much. This kind of feedback will do a lot of things for us. Yes, it's not a question, but I'd like to make 1 or 2 comments. But before then, let me go back to you. Sorry, I hope you forgive us. You know, the white days are coming now, so a lot of things are happening in the brain. Just we try to carve a niche. We don't want to go anywhere. We chose a market, Abuja, Jos. It's the market we choose. We don't want to go anywhere. Like I said, our desire is to build a brand, and the brand we want to concentrate in Abuja, Jos, Nasarawa axis, then maybe Makoni, then maybe Bauchi, Kaduna, those axis. That's our market we're carrying. So that is the reason. It's a market, you know, you do what we call market segmentation. You decide to focus on the market to deliver on the value so that your brand becomes visibility there. The visibility of your brand is very super there. So that's our objective. Yes, the thing you mentioned, yes, I'd like to also tender my own reserve apology for the ticket missing in action. We are working on that. Hopefully that will come back. There's a reason why we are looking at the digital platform where we can use e-ticket. That's why we and midway we got stuck because a lot of questions were unanswered. So and that gave them. So but we're resuming hopefully now because that will also give us an opportunity to hear feedback, to hear questions. But there are numbers on the back, about 3 of them. 1 of them is my number, and I make sure I answer all calls or call back. If I cannot answer you, I'll call you back. I mean, you make me exist in terms of business. So I will definitely, so in the meantime, we'll put that to, but on the ticket, we'll have carry all those numbers and hopefully we get by them. Guarantee Park, yes, there are different markets too. Because you know, if you go to Guarantee, before you come to an area freedom, and you are caught up in between, you are unable to fulfill the Anya market, and you are unable to fulfill the Use market, I mean the Jabi market. So you are caught up somewhere in the middle. We don't want that to happen. If we promise you we are going to offer you service, we'll try our best. If at the cost of the delivery of the service we miss something, let it be that something that is not a mismanagement cost, but we're able to, it's just that the market overwhelms us. But if you just break the market now, you'll be in Jabi, you are not able to serve the market, service the market well, you'll be in Yanya, you are in no man's land. You know, so that's why we're holding on. What we're trying to do is, there are two different markets too. You know, when you set up to go to that, there is competition. You have to provide the real service. I mean, you need to provide alongside competition. So there are a lot of things to do that will put you in a position to compete well. So yes, we are working on that. It's not as fast as we want, but we are working on that. By the way, the issue of the being on e-platform, any business that is not an e-platform is e-commerce is boomed. We are aware of that. Perhaps we are responding slowly, but we hope we will expedite action on those and so that our customer can delight our customers. That's our ultimate objective. When we meet the happy customers, we are excited. I'm personally excited. When I get to meet customers, I feel so elated and, you know, it's something that defines satisfaction, right?
Thank you very much for that answer. We'll take just one more question, and hopefully from a lady. Hopefully from a lady. Do we have any lady in the house who would like to ask a question? Okay, give it to the lady in red.
Travel with us 2 to 3 times, and then you get one trip free to Abuja. Okay, so if you were to advise us as startups, what advice would you give us? At what point?
Tough. I won't give you an answer because I don't have any. I'm just throwing it to you. When you go back home, interrogate it. When you're alone, just dig deep. If you belong to have empty, great. Nothing wrong with it. If you belong to have feel as well, nothing strong with it. Just be free. Now, another question by one of my great mentors. You know, we have mentors too. We try to listen to people who are before us. Interestingly, this man is called Jim Rohn. He's a great man. I drew up a lot of inspiration from him. He's a great man. I credit him with some of the efforts, steps I'm taking. He said this: it's not the blowing of the wind that should dictate how you move. How you move should be by the set of the sail. The wind blows on us all. The wind of opportunity. You are here, somebody is somewhere else. Some are trading, some are adding knowledge, some are playing football, some are somewhere around the corner, you know, having a good time, supposedly. How? People are complaining, the economy is tough, bad. Agreed it is. Don't say it's half filled, it's half empty too. Also, people are making ends meet. I just learned recently, one guy, Google, gave him, is it $1 million, $1 billion? In Lagos. Yes, I want to be a friend to that man, no other people. So it's a young guy. He's in Nigeria, the same place. Everybody's complaining, blaming everybody else but themselves. Now, do you want to join those who are blaming the blame game, or trying to find where do I carve a niche? What do I need to do to add value? Where do you start first? Start up where? The answer is simple, profound, so clear, so crystal clear. Where you are at now. That's where to start. No, you don't need some thunder to fall down. You don't need some seismic activity to blow and no. Where to start is where you are at now. Where are you? Some are at the top, some in the middle, some down the valley. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The big deal is, the big and good information that you have is where to start. It's where you are sitting. Now, I don't mean literal sitting. It could be business-wise, it could be
you are interrogating some idea, playing with an idea. Now, another thing again I'd like to leave you with is don't be under any illusion. Don't deceive yourself. What is also half filled is also half empty. Now, where you will be, that will be big trouble for you, is to live in the land of deception. To say it's only half empty, half full. You will be deceiving yourself. Because when you realize that it's half empty, it might end into issue. I don't mean if you fall down, you don't stand up, okay? If you fall down, you stand up. But let's deal with it at that stage. You want to know at least that it's also half empty. It's also half filled. Know it. The last, by no means the least, is this. When you fall down, don't stand there. We fall falling down at some point. For taking very tough, harsh decision. There's a lady rather, who worked with me at the early stage of my business. I've been looking for her. She studied accountancy, HND. Long time ago. She worked with me as a boutique clerk. I fired her based on some emotions. I'm still looking for her. Today, I'm looking for her. It's okay if she's doing well, if she's working well. I just want to see her and let her understand that, look, she was a very good staff. I wish she could join me now, maybe on a higher ground. I believe she must have added value to herself too. So it's important. And I keep saying last, right? Don't just jump into something because your friend is doing it. Don't just do it. Somebody said competition. When we hear that, I said no. To sound modest, without trying to be arrogant, we are not competing with people. We are putting our proposition in the marketplace. We are offering you what we have. The biggest mistake you do is to compete with somebody because there's no basis for that. You don't know what resources he has at his disposal. You don't know what knowledge is coming. You don't know what support is having. You don't know if you are even better. You are diminishing yourself. You don't know if you need to do this. So it's a variety of issues. But to sum this all, we're in the world of possibilities. Is it fourth generation manager? I like to be talked about like that one day. You know what I mean? That's what we work hard for. So it's easy to just find one reason why it's not possible. It's easy, very easy, because you can also say I'm not good enough, and that's good reason. But that doesn't solve the problem. So if you are starting up, be expecting that the cup will be half empty, half filled. When it's half empty, don't deny it that it's half empty. When it's half filled, don't also deny it. Take advantage of it. But what you don't do is just assume some angel will stop by and just hear your prayer and lift you up and keep you where everything is working. It's never going to happen. Not going to happen. We are men of faith. Walk without faith is nothing. You must walk. You must put. It is that walk that is called the miracle. It is that walk. It could be brain, it could be manual, it could be physical, it could be collaboration, it could be outsourcing, it could be anything. But it is that's a miracle. Not prayers. Yes, I'm preaching right. So, but above all, you must work hard. And you must be fair. If you lie, it will consume you at some point. Don't lie. Easy to say, right? You can lie about other things, but about business, don't lie. Anyway, if you lie about that, it will always catch up with you, because you will not be judged according to that. So you don't lie. If it's not possible, it's not possible. If hell will let loose, let it let loose. Just know that hell is let loose, so you know where to hide. Than to pretend it's not let loose and you are lying and you continue to cover it, because you put effort to cover it. So those words, they've helped me at some point. They've done a lot of tremendous thing in my mindset, and to let you go. I keep saying let go, right? As if I shouldn't stop. I'm also learning from this, because it's reminding me that these are values that could propel you up again.
Success is basically doing the right thing again and again. Failure is actually doing the wrong thing again and again. Then 1 year from now, this other one, 1 year from now, this other one. I don't know. In the words of my mentor, Jerome, he said something. He said, when you know somebody is pushing you, jack you by the hands, and push you to the road, what will you do? There's a car coming. What will you do? Push him back. If you can, punch him. I mean, you will punch him because this guy is trying to kill you. But supposing the guy you are walking, he nudged you, small, over 100 meters, kept nudging you, then you discover you're in the middle of the road. You didn't know. Of course, that's small nudging. That's it. That's it. If I push you, you just discover something, push you to the road, you resist. But this is not pushing, this is nudging. Gradually, over time, you move. Then you discover you're in the middle of the road. There's a big trailer coming both ways. So, also, the company you keep matters. Old friends will always be old friends, but you should be bold enough to tell your friend, look, guy, this is it. I'm not saying send them away. No, you can't send. We grew up together, right? We're same neighbor. This is my friend. We've been together for life. It's okay, but deal with him with a bamboo tree. Then there are those you deal with cane. Just there are those you shake. There are those you want to keep as your company. There are those you want to talk to every now and then. I have an elderly friend, Sir Kashmir Agene. He's a very elderly man. He has his daughter is way older than me. But every time I have the opportunity, I call him. So I'm fine. Then I'll open my ear, I'll listen to him. What he's going to tell me? He might tell me 1 or 2 things. Sometimes I don't even get anything. Other times, I learn the wise words. Don't go there, don't go this. I filter them. What's he going to do for me? Sometimes he tells me things that God help me. I say, why did I call this man? But you want to keep people like that so that one day they may release to you some vital information that will really make sense in your entire life. It's a great pleasure for me to be here. I want to thank Startup Grind again for this opportunity. I appreciate it. I've learned so much seated here. Great things I've learned too. Like I said, I'm a student. When this meets, this success, no, we are just moving. We are just like every one of you, looking for how to create value, which everybody can do. As a matter of fact, you have what we call your vision will get you started, but what will take you to the next level is what you know and your perseverance, your ability to really drive through, punch through the challenges. Don't fight, don't do, it's not, I don't mean physical punching. But yes, if you imagine the cup is half filled and it's not half empty, you're in trouble. It's also half empty. So you just suppose that, check them both ways and where do you fit in at every point in life. I really thank you for having me here one more time. You great guys, I appreciate being here.
Wow. Wow. I can say right now that I'm kind of really overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. It's been a deep learning experience for me, and I believe for many of us here today, because Mr. Simon Iliya has shared quite a lot. He has talked about his journey, how it all started, right from when he was an employee, how he started his business, and then businesses, and then the pillar behind him, which is his mom. May her gentle soul rest in peace. And I give a big shout out to all the mothers out there who are supporting their children to succeed, including my own mother, Mrs. Comfort Ability. Thank you. You know, to all the women out there, we celebrate you. It's been a great time here today. I'm sure a lot of us still have questions to ask, but then every good thing must come to an end. But it's not the end of the journey, it's not the end of the interaction. Mr. Simon Iliya will still be within, the premises for some minutes, so feel free to walk up to him and, network, exchange contact. It's very, very accessible. And then let's also get to know ourselves. One of the essence of this forum is networking. It's really a platform for entrepreneurs in the city to gather and, connect, exchange ideas, and do businesses. So we'll be doing this once every month. Last month we started the series with the CEO of SmartWeb Nigeria Limited. He's in the house today, Mr. Murtala Abdullahi. Thank you for joining us again today. Mr. Semako Jinodu, you were here last month and you are here again today. Thank you for your contributions. There's one other guy like that I know. Yeah, you. Ahmad, you were here last month and you are here again today. Thank you so very much for coming. And some of you, I may not be able to recognize you. You were here last month and you are here again very much. And thank you to KTMD Photography, the lady who's been covering this event. She's one of our partners. We aren't giving her nothing for this. Thank you so very much, Startup Nig. I appreciate you. We say thank you to Bluewhales, for their support, which we know will come. Yes, we are having that faith. We know that they can't run away. We know that in the course of time, Bluewhales is going to be a serious backer of this initiative, both in cash and in kind. We also say thank you to SmartWeb Nigeria Limited. We know that definitely you have some packages for us in the course of time. And also to Galaxy Media for your support. Last month they covered us, but today they are unavoidably absent. We say thank you to you in absentia and to everybody, the team behind Startup Grind. Serial Palmer is the head of partnership and programs. Kemi, where are you? Yeah, that's Kemi. Kemi is in charge of sponsorships. They have been running helter skelter to, put this all together. And I want to use this opportunity to also invite anybody who would like to be a part of the Startup Grind team, because we need people to, help us do this every month. We hope to keep coming to you every month. So hopefully next month we'll be coming with someone I can call a celebrity, someone from the entertainment space, either a Nollywood actor or a musician. So keep your fingers crossed. If you haven't followed us, kindly do so. Our handle is Startup Grind Jos, Facebook, Twitter. Feel free to go in there and subscribe to our updates. Let me not forget the hub, Yusuf, the hub of N-Hub. He has also been very amazing in promoting us on social media. And Kelvin, White African. I remain Mayoko and David till I come your way again next month. Thank you.